This video is brought to you by Osmocote, the planter's plant food.
Hi, I'm Greg Speichert, Director of Hilltop Gardens at Indiana University. We're talking about fall planting. We're going to be talking about radishes, and today just think your regular breakfast radishes, you know, just little red ones, but there's also a ton of different Asian varieties, ones with different colors of meat in them, ones that have different hearts, ones that have, some are hot, some are tasty. And also a blend. You might want to just do a blend of radishes instead of just planting one variety. So it just depends on what you like. I'm going to plant, I like the little red ones myself. They're 21 days to harvest, so we have plenty of time. We could probably get 3 or 4 crops of these in before the frost here. So what you want to do with your radishes is, one thing, we want to make sure that they're, again, shaded. So we're planting them in between our peppers. You can plant them in between your tomatoes or something other taller warm season crop. I wouldn't say corn because that's going to be dying back, but some of these plants are going to last right up till the very end. So you want to make yourself a little aisle, scrape back your mulch, give yourself a little trench. Radishes you really don't want to transplant, so you want to sow them. You know, you can thin them, but we're not going to dig them up and move them. So we want to kind of, where they go is where they go. So make yourself a little trench, open up your packet, and then just sort of tap them into place. So radish seeds are kind of big, so you can see they're nicely sized. So just sort of tap them in. They're going to roll out of the package. You want them about 1 inch apart if you can do that. If you can't, don't worry, you can always pull them out when they're a little small and just eat them, like I said, when they're small. Better to plant too many than too few, because if you have too few, you're not going to have enough radishes. You can always pull out extras, and seed's cheap. Get your whole row planted. There you go. And then we want to get them covered up just a little bit. They need about 1/2 inch over the top, otherwise your radishes tend to be a little too far out of the ground for me. They end up getting a little overheated. Pat them down. We want to put a little bit of fertilizer on them. Just a little bit. You know, most of your fertilizer for the summer is already gone. So just want to get a little bit on here of nitrogen, because we want these things to grow fast so that they're tasty and not hot. So get a little bit of water on them. Keep them really wet. Radish seeds need a lot of water. They're spring plants, so they generally take a lot of water, so they're used to spring rains. So by planting them in the fall, we want to make sure that our drier falls in most of the country, that we start to add a lot of moisture to keep them wet. Then they'll sprout. They should be up in about 5 days, and then they'll be ripe in about, they'll be ready to harvest in less than 3 weeks. Okay? So that's the dirt on radishes. I'm Greg Speichert, Director of Hilltop Gardens at Indiana University.